check? Oh, sorry. This is your plan lah. Plan number 1, plan number 2, plan number 3, plan number 4. These are the one here now. So, who are for produce value monitoring report? Siapa itu? Operation personnel. So, analyze upstream, downstream activities. Who are these people? Production services. And competency development, learning and development. So, kita sudah set target. In that case just now, after the explosion, apa kita buat? Follow up action, ya. Siapa yang check, if you think that the monitoring system is no good, siapa yang look after it? You run and check all this. Very simple, ya. And then here, you see here, where I worked before, I need kertas. You see this one. Dulu, we have something, then you have this, like your PMCM punya bersama, dari RPA punya plan. All this here, bila kamu buat, and then what are these being done? Yeah, until what the why here. You still continue why, macam tu. And then you still talk about what is happening here, the root cause. The root cause here, how it being applied, yes or no, small thing. Yeah? These are all their action PDCA. Yeah? There are some more up here. Macam-macam ada sini, ya. So this is how your follow-up action. Because when you have already designed a platform or designed a facility, this one is already under HR, ada HAZOP, ada HAZIP, the RA, the apa lagi? All these things, semua sudah you sudah tengok semua. So you already plan this type of thing. Bila membuat, when, like you see here, you got the when you will be yearly ka, daily ka, once more to perform the job. So I think you also have this thing, so almost like that. There's satu spreadsheet, and from there you will know. That is why how your PM generated, whether it's 1 monthly, 2 monthly, 3 monthly, they are sudah captured, because they already know what is on the side. So there are a lot here, banyak, beribu-ribu. So this is the one of the sample. So what to check? Say for example, the first incident now production loss. You have the meeting, whoever your meeting with the operation people, production services, apa semua. So what to check? Manpower, inadequate training, technician, poor communication, apa hal? So you have to tangkap like that. Over there you talk about communication, apa semua. Methodology here, no plan contingency, inefficient scheduling. Machine, pipeline malfunction, compressor breakdown, lack of maintenance, apa semua. So these are the material, the measurement, the environment. So you need somebody go and check. So, because you already have the plan. With that plan, you go and check. What is the plan now? The plan is meeting, produce a yearly report, all these things. Ini 4 perkara. Bila. Yeah? That's how this thing come out like this. And on the do, the problem segment, clear define issue, failure to supply to gas to the customer, leading to production loss. Explain the impact. You explain the impacts because of financial, operational, reputation, apa semua. Then you draw the fishbone. Briefly explain what fishbone diagram is and why you use it. So you explain to the boss, I'm going to use RCA, this is what we do. And then we use the bow tie, and walk through it. Walk through each category, discuss each branch of the diagram. You talk about the manpower, the method, because di sini sudah you tangkap like manpower, the method, so you sudah ambil ya. That will be the one that you are going to follow up. You do it. And number 4, okay, still will be highlight the pattern, the cluster, like several issues stem from poor maintenance. Sebab di sini tadi you talk about maintenance. Machine. Oh, the machine, and point out towards the equipment and monitor the failure. So you need to draw out, extract all the data. Ever since when. You go to the event work station, print out everything. And of course, you identify the root cause. Now you have the why. The 5, using 5 why to show how you arrived at the root cause. You see? So the boss was said, boss, jangan saya sudah bikin kok. These are, I already give you the 5 why, the reason why the pipeline malfunction. Macam tu, you should explain. And present corrective action. Okay, we have done this, we have done that. Now you present them using the bow tie. In case of this will do. Control measure is like this. Recovery measure is like that. And to prevent future failure, we implement predictive maintenance, upgrade our sensor system. Because you already found out in your bow tie need to have what? Need to have preventive maintenance, more. So because of corrosion. Why don't have why corrosion? Because no maintenance. Macam-macam lah. So this is put it into the schedule. Monthly check, yearly check, all these things. Report. And close with lesson learned. Macam tadi kita buat report, we did not include like lesson learned. You must have close report so that. Tapi this one is always the ending lah. Now it's not yet a report. After 1 month, 2 months, after you sudah experiment it, close report means to say the work order is already done. Macam ni. Presented to the boss up there, everyone agree, then it become public. When it become public, they will say, okay, this is our lesson learned. So in the morning HSC week, we will talk about this one. Macam tu. It's a lesson learned across the board. Don't do this, don't do that, because of this, because of that. This is here for lesson learned. Jangan kau tak simpan dia punya like the one in lawas tadi. 4 kali sudah, masih you mau buat di Semenanjung. See, they never learn because they never want to share the problem. So we must be honest because in safety culture, you have to share. That's why in my first few pages of my first day, I was talking about learn from others. You have to learn from others. Yeah, their mistake, you take it, you buy it. Why you want to adopt hazard prompt? Because you think hazard prompt is a good idea, but why you don't implement it? Why you take 12 life saving rule or 10 life saving rule? Because the company think it's good, but what is still happen? Because you don't practice it. Yeah? Because one thing also you did not roll it out to say that this is the advantage of this rule, that rule. Because of this, somebody died. Because of this, company said, macam itu, you need to. On the act itself, after you have done the job here, you got the debt, you still need the progress. You still need the progress after you have done all this one. You got the debt, but progress, bila masih, mana you punya report, testing report, you punya macam-macam, to prove that recovery is working. And so, example, root cause analysis summary. Root cause identified the pipeline function due to lack of preventive maintenance and delay response to sensor alert. You see, this is dia punya summary lah. In your report, you have your summary. This will be the later on one after everything sudah settled. So you can have here said that. Okay, in the HSCB, there was said implement preventive maintenance program, and then upgrade sensor system for real-time alert, train staff on emergency response protocol, develop contingency supply agreement. If that is dia punya almost like tutup cerita sudah lah. So everything should be on the go now. Buat that. Ini tidak ada ya. So, we have already covered PTCA, we have already covered RCA, root cause analysis, we already have covered bow tie, we also have covered how to write a report, technical report, and we basically understand. Yeah? So, if I ask Alex now, what have you learned until now? What have you learned? Anything to do like your PDCA, whatever. Because after you have already done this, the work will be going on. After the work is done, you need to follow up action. The follow up action is called PDCA. So what do you learn from the PDCA? Plan, do, check, action. Hey. Okay. Okay, pass. Hey. What did you learn until now? Okay. So if like you, Dexter?
For PDCA.
Hmm.
So I will know progress of the follow-up action. So this thing will tidak ada macam tu saja. We have a conclusion.
Correct. Correct.
So we have and from that lesson learned, we will distribute to others, and so that this will never happen in the future.
Correct. That is PDCA. So you don't only solve the problem, but you sustain, you maintain it. If you need to, you better it. Yeah, you need to better it.
Apa tu macam dia punya graph tu itu RCA buat sini.
Yes, you
Naik
stop
lagi.
it there. If you increase better,
Yes.
until that's the best.
Yes.
That's the best. Okay. For the last one is more on your extra knowledge. So yeah. When we talk about safety tools, there are not only like JHA, the RCA, or like bow tie. There are a lot of other device safety tools that can help you. So there are many safety tools in hand to the cost analysis. unsafe condition, unsafe act, risk assessment metric, and Swiss cheese model. So, in all your job here, unsafe condition and unsafe act, can you say which one is it here? You can talk about here, kan?
Yeah.
Human factor. You can also talk about design, people, because it is unsafe act. He is violating. Mana yang violation? Ada apa sih violation? Here violation. So, violation, there are two types of violation. Later I share with you what are the violation. Intent or unintent violation. So, these are the things. And yesterday, the first day we asked every one of us. Now, I mean, you see how to arrest the risk, how to assess the risk. Yeah, this is because the question thrown to you, kan, what is risk? Yeah, you already know the answer of risk. So the main objective of risk assessment is the prevention of accident and ill health. There are 5 steps. First thing is identify the hazard, identify the people who get harmed, evaluate the risk and decide what kind of precaution, the term is control, record and significant findings and implement them, and review and update as necessary. So yesterday I asked Claire, because that time she is the planner. If you do planning to install the 8-inch PCV, first thing she will look at this first. First thing you should look into this, where can that one cause any hazard or whatever? Yeah, it is like here. So and you should ask the, sorry, saya simpan satu, ini satu piece, ada satu, 5, the 5 why, the when, ya, sudah nampak dah terus. We only got, I got only 4. What can go wrong, why go wrong, who can get wrong, when it go wrong, and where it was wrong. And of course the husband here, how to prevent it from going wrong. This is one sample of risk assessment metric. We are not using this one, but if you are learning how to do like jadi safety officer ke apa, then you learn like this, pakai number, ya, academically pakai number lah. So, I asked Thomas, you know how to read this one? Huh? By looking at it. By looking at here, can you see what is it? This is a RAM also, risk assessment metric. Okay, say for example, saya pasang lampu, saya pasang lampu, dia punya severity kemungkinan 1 lah, tidak 4. And then the likelihood saya kena short, tidak lah. So, become 1. Ataupun sekarang I pasang lampu tapi di luar, tapi tinggi, kemungkinan 2. Saya takut akan jatuh. Then likelihood of jatuh mungkin 4. So 4, kalau di sini boleh acceptable kan? Masih 4 below. So macam ini dia pakai calculation lah. Whatever it is, kalau 9, kalau di sini naik ini macam 9 sudah lebih ini. So tolerable. That's why dia sudah kuning. Tapi kalau you do something like this, 20 sudah above sudah. So it is unacceptable. Work may not start. Additional control must be put in place. Ini menambah penyiaran. You don't see this one kan? But this is orang akademik apa orang safety officer yang pakai ini.
Dia boleh harus kayak tahu ya mas. Contoh ini bubur kan. Tambah ya.
Tambah itu severity ya, yang itu ya. So this one very vague kan? Now we go to this one. This one is more clear kan? More clear. if I want to install the plug, pasang plug saja.
Iya.
So, what disability? Tidak apa-apa. You say, you tidak apa-apa. Kalau people no injury, so what? No. Kalau pasang pun pasang itu mahal. And then environment pun is not affected. And then kalau this is not affected, mean to say this is zero. Zero bagaimana? Kalau pasang lampu, pernah orang mati kan? And then because never heard in the news. Kalau pasang lampu, ada orang pernah mati kan?
Kalau
Di sini, pernah didengar kan?
nah, tapi
Bukan ini api pasang di luar. Itu api street light ya. Pernah dengar orang jatuh kan? Nah, sudah di sini sudah kan? Sudah sini. Ada sakit kan?
Iya.
Mungkin ya scratch kan?
Sakit.
Masuk hospital. Dia sudah satu sudah kan? Satu manusia satu. What about the asset? Itu api tumbang kan tidak? Itu tiang. Tumbang juga? Ya sudah. Orang kena. What about the environment? Tidak kacau orang kan?
Tidak.
Tidak. Oke. What about the reputation? Mungkin tambah dulu sedikit lah. Oke. Kalau dia satu macam ini, kita dengar di sini. Pernah kok ada orang jatuh kan? Pernah heard in the industry.
Pernah jadi dalam Petros.
Pernah nanti. Oh, kalau selalu kan dalam 1 tahun?
Kalau katanya tadi
Selalu kan dalam 1 tahun?
Sekali.
Kalau sekali dalam 1 tahun, ada orang kan?
saksi dia.
Selain injury kan? And then di sini di location pernah kan? Location or more than once per year in organization? Tidaklah. Atau ada? Ada.
Selalu dia jatuh.
Selalu dia jatuh. And then kalau dalam 1 tahun atau lebih ada orang jatuh.
Banyak tuh.
So meaning to say your severity here satu adalah akibat people. So P1 and then aset tadi itu tumbang patah. So P1 P and A. And then on the increasing the one di sini mana ada? D kan? D. So macam ini medium ini mungkin you mau apply permit to work. Sudah tak?
Contoh service pernah dengar orang.
Di sini tidak payah pasang lampu, tidak pakai permit. Tapi kalau di luar itu tidak ada macam berapa kaki. Sana mungkin 30 kaki naik. Dia tumbang, jatuh. So now you sit down and say, boss, dia mau permit tidak boleh. Kalau di sini mungkin karena the requirement is we only need because it's already under routine. Tidak payahlah permit apa semua. You can do it anytime. Pasang lampu. Perempuan pun boleh. Pernah pakai sekarang? Okay, good. Now you understand, huh? Kalau tidak pernah, cakap tidak pernah. Dari sini kita lah pandai buat ini botai. So the more you happen to people, you kerja, dia sudah mulai rasanya sampai jadi kuning. Kuning, ini sudah very high sudah. Your boss will not allow you to do the job. The contractor pun you need very strict supervision of these people. Tapi kalau dia sudah sampai sini, potential death. Sampai 3 orang pernah mati buat itu pasang itu lampu. Dia jatuh di atas lah. So dia sudah severity 4. People sudah ini 1. Di sini pernah dengar atau tidak dengar? Has happened more than one in your industry. Ya, itu hari sebenarnya satu, sana satu diluntung, satu, jam sudah lebih banyak orang suka cedera, mati ke apa. Depan, this one is potential death. siap situ. So in your, before you apply your PTW, you write your J shape, correct? So from the J shape, you learn how to look at this, correct? In the column on the J shape, I don't know the signal. They will set either likelihood the L, H, or M, kan? Or medium, whatever. You have the one or you don't have it? Because I'm new to your industry, but I have never seen your JHA. Yeah? But in the JHA normally, they will have hazard, the threat, the recover, the control, the consequence. In one column there, they will say with the L, H, or M. Ada? Nah, tengok. Lama dia fikir tu. Bagus. Baru dia ingat kan? So, I'm not joking you, this is true. Banyak orang pun tidak tahu sekarang kan. Dia tulis desain apa sekarang. So now you already understand how to feel it, why you under control. Yang dia cakap lah, control jadi barrier jadi recovery semua. Orang kalau semua tidak tahu. Tapi next tomorrow you go back, you sudah paham. Ini masa ini cakap, wih, salah. You terus ada. So these are the things. That one, how the JHA derive is from this type of thing that we already learned. Us, you buka pintu, tengok apa hal sini. Lawak fikir. Laju ke? Dia kerja sekarang barang macam tu kan. So the moment you go into the workshop atau go into the area, you should be already mata sudah terang. Ini 1, 2, 3. Ini satu manusia lah. 1, 2, 3 sudah ada di sini. 4. Dia satu. 4. Ya. So ini baru ini satu orang. Ini lagi akal ini. Barang di atas semua. Okay. So there are a lot of things. So you train your eyes, train your eyes to recognize the risk they are exposing. So once you already know the risk, then you go and approach him. This one is the hazard. You know the threat is there, and then you know the potential. You got cut. Why? Because you don't have any barrier. This is your control. Macam itu. So you boleh story dia. You can talk to him, and then he or she will thank you. You did not stop him from wait. No. The rule of the game of this one, we cannot. Wait. Please come down first. Macam tu. Sudah pergi UAUC punya course kan? Ataupun ACT punya course? Belum lagi ya? So, that course teach you how to approach a person or how to intervene to that person. When you see this situation, because these people, kalau dia tattoo besar, badan besar punya, berani kau approach kan? Tidak berani. If they are working in your facility, mungkin. Tapi like your nature work, you are consumer apa semua di luar sana. Orang pun boleh itu cakap lepas kan. Ya so dia punya masa lebih itu. Dia berani lagi. And I will this is a 9-minute video. 9-minute video about behavioral safety. Behavioral safety, you will pergi toilet. Pergi toilet dulu.
Ya.
Oh.
Ada break dulu saja.
Okay.
Dia
Dia VIP kan?
Masa nak tengok movie tu
9 minit kan? 9 minit. Only 9 minutes.
dah sekejap je.
So while you ease yourself,
Almost everybody.
Yeah, what it is yourself, because this is more on a review letter. We are review of what we have been learning for the past 3 days. So more like a review and then recap what we learned. But before we do that, we will just see the video. There's a 9-minute video, and then we do some sharing. Yeah, some sharing, and then how you apply your what do you call that? The thing that you learn